Hello everybody and welcome to my second installment of casting League of Legends pro games. Currently I am going to be casting this North American Scouting Grounds game between Team Cloud and Team Infernal. The North American Scouting Grounds is a small tournament between some of the top North American challenger players, and they're all looking to make a big name for themselves in hopes of being drafted by a big organization to play on their academy team or maybe even have a starting spot on a roster. Only time will tell. Looking down the map, we have an Urgot versus Aatrox top lane. This is a rather skill matchup. We saw it quite a bit during Worlds, and we'll have to see how these two play against each other. And in the jungle, we have two extremely aggressive junglers, but with Lee Sin and Camille, but Camille should have the early pressure, going for these scuttle crabs, which are very important in the early game. These level 2 junglers are really strong nowadays. In the mid lane, we have an Akali versus Kennen, and see, this is an interesting one, because I think the Kennen is more of a counter pick to choose here, because this counter pick might be just to CC this Akali down and keep her from getting any large leads. But in the early trading, it looks like Kennen will have the bonuses. And we saw Soraka here going for some early damage while in the tri-bush, waiting for them to come back from the leash. But it looks like they're trading aggressively in lane as well. And Aatrox getting the push up top lane. Same thing with Kennen, and a lot of pressure around this top and mid lane, giving Camille a lot of wiggle room, but she did walk over Warden River, so they know that she is getting Scuttle Crab. Lee Sin is transferring over to the other side of the map to counter, probably with the other side Scuttle, evening this out. Camille getting her blue buff. Now, we'll have to see a lot from these players. We need to see these players are trying to show off their individual skill as well as their communication when working in an organized team. And Soraka and Ezreal still punishing this Alistar and Kai'Sa extremely hard. Alistar not very good when he's level 1, and they still have not hit level 2. Probably zoned them off some experience on the first wave when they were going for those early trades. Level 2 is finally hit, but that is a major wave. There's no way they can fight right about now. Kennen also bullying. Camille has free reign with just about anything she wants to do right now, with all of her waves pushing. But that could be a double-edged sword, giving Lee Sin a lot of gank opportunities. And we see many leads across the board for Team Infernal, playing this extremely aggressively. And we'll have to see if they can turn this lead into something bigger, because scaling definitely goes to the side of Cloud, with the front line of an Urgot and the damage of a Kai'Sa going into the later stages of the game. And there's a lot of mid-game power on this Infernal squad, with the Kennen and the Ezreal, along with the Camille. Ezreal having probably one of the best two-item power spikes in the game. And we'll have to see what they can do, especially when the mid-game comes around. But this early game is going pretty well for them, but we'll have to see if they can get any bigger advantages other than just minion leads. So far, Lee Sin taking it back, buying 2 long swords, pretty aggressive. So probably building towards a Tiamat, which is interesting. Camille just now going for the back. Lee Sin getting on the upper side of the tempo. And we'll see if he can do anything while Camille's still in base. Alistar going in for a combo, but not getting much done other than just proccing his Aftershock. And they still lose the trade because of Soraka damage. And Akali actually going up for some further trades for about the first time in the lane, at least that we've seen. Some trading going on at the top lane, Urgot having to run away. Lee Sin around bot lane, probably looking for a lane gank. See if they can catch them, get them napping on an aggressive play. Red team getting some good warding and vision control along the bottom side of the blue side jungle. And a really good trade coming in from this Aatrox, and this is looking like it's going to be a kill. Hook shot in, and the Camille gets first blood. That was an extremely potent gank from the Infernal jungler. And just like that, Infernal does shoot out to this lead, and this is the type of lead that this team needs to try and push this game forward. TP is burned by Urgot, try and get this lead ahead. Trying to freeze the wave in front of his tower, maximize the amount of minions he can get. Alistar taking a lot of damage, but it looks like they're just trying to push out the wave. They want to get it back timing. Aatrox getting pretty low, but he still has his ult, so he's fairly safe. And with that flash down from Urgot, a return gank might not be a bad idea. Oh, and Kaisa going down just from the Soraka, burning her Ignite and hitting her with a full combo. That was a lot of damage coming out from the Soraka. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have expected that much damage either. Jesus. Camille heading into the enemy topside jungle, probably getting some vision down or taking the Skull Crab. Skull Crab it was. As we see, Akali ending up getting a large minion lead, but she's pushing the wave in, and Kennen should get back in time to try and even that out a bit. Maybe not. The Alistar for Cloud running around, trying to get some vision out, trying to keep an eye out for this Camille. And this Ocean Drake really strong during the laning phase. And a gank coming in for Cloud, and he's pulling him in, but he has the ult on the hook shot in. Aatrox is in the chains. Will he take the resonating strike in? No. There's a good counter gank by the Camille, hookshotting in and stopping this Lee Sin from taking out her top laner, trying to snowball this lane back into Urgot's favor, but it's not looking like it's going to work out that way. We'll have to see if this bot lane can do anything. Seems like they've been struggling a lot. And the hookshot coming back in, a return gank from the Camille. So Aatrox is putting down a lot of damage, and there's no way he's going to get out. A second kill for this Camille, and this Camille is going to be a menace going on at the mid game. And, I mean, you hate to see it. Oh, and an all-in coming from the Kennen. She barely gets out using her ult plus flash. Flash down. Oh, and I don't know the name of it. God damn it! I'm gonna need to learn the name of more of the abilities. Something I need to work on. You guys probably already noticed I said hookshot several times because I know I need to. And the Hextech Ultimatum's trapping down the Lee Sin. Lee Sin going down, and the stun may be coming in on this Alistar, but it doesn't seem like it. And he dodges out on the Q, and he gets out fine. Having to burn his flash, though, not ideal for the Alistar. Infernal really pushing their lead, 5-0, almost a 4,000 gold lead already in 9 minutes. And we're gonna need to see some good play from Cloud to try and get back into this one. Aatrox pushing forward, going on for another trade onto Urgot, doing a lot of damage, getting the electrocute off. We'll have to see Urgot take some better trades or farm out a little bit better if he wants to get back into this game. But it's seeming like Infernal has some pretty good control around that top lane. Every time Lee Sin has done something, this Camille has stricken right back. And for the rest of this game, we're going to need to keep our eyes on this Camille because she has been lighting this game up, getting her team ahead extremely well. The Alistar going in for a mid gank, but he just lightning rushes away. It's no harm, no foul. But the smokescreen from Akali keeping her safe from any more unnecessary trade back damage from the Kennen. Alistar coming back, clearing out a control ward, keeping that vision, but they do have a scuttle in the river, so they still have some temporary vision in that river, limiting the options, really the pathing options of this Lee Sin. And about a 20 minion lead up here in the top lane. This Aatrox is absolutely dominating this matchup with a little bit of help from their jungler, I guess you could say. And Urgot going in for an aggressive trade. We'll have to see how it works. Aatrox burning the and Akali getting extremely low. Going in for the trade. Hexic ultimatum, and she goes down. Aatrox getting a kill. This is not good. And on the other side of the map, we have Lee Sin resonating strike. The resonating strike in to kill the Soraka. A nice trade back on the other side of the map. And we'll have to see more from Cloud. Just like this. The dragon is open, but this looks like they're going for the tower. Urgot clearing the wave. We'll have to see what he can do from here. Still taking some really bad trades under his tower, and he's going to need to be a lot safer than this. Though Aatrox doesn't have his ult, so I don't think he'll be going in for any aggressive trades anytime soon. And they're going for this Ocean Drake from Camille's aggressiveness on the top side, and this Ocean Drake is really good for the laning phase, trying to keep these laners up on high health and high mana, keeping them in the laning phase, so they can take a few more bad trades, not be punished as hard for it. And this Ezreal, the Kleptomancy, going even also with a kill, has to have a pretty damn good minion lead over this Kai'Sa. McKinnon going in with a lightning rush, trying to get the stun off, but a good trade for Akali. And Rift Herald taken down by Camille. See if they can turn this into a first tower. And another good trade. Camille going in with the hook shot, doing a ton of damage to him. And we'll see, will they burn him down? Challenging smite? No. Gets away with just a sliver of health. Aatrox coming into the jungle though. They might be hunting him down. Oh, and he stops on the wolf camp. Camille's right there. She could go for it. She spawns the Rift Herald. They're going for first turret. And the Akali shows up, doing as much damage to the Rift Herald as possible. And it might not even go off. That might have been a sketchy use for the Rift Herald. Yeah, and that's a wasted Rift Herald. I'm not entirely sure what Camille was thinking there. Bot lane still going in favor for this, for the Ezreal Soraka dominant lane. And we'll have to see what they can do in this mid game, like I said. And again, going in hookshot and lightning rush. The cannon ult stunning her down. That's a bit of a visual bug. Okay, camera. And currently, Akali running away from the Camille and Kennen. Kennen going in for some turret damage while Camille chases down. So far, a good trade for the Urgot, but I would really like to be able to see what's going on over here in the jungle. But it looks like Akali is recalling in a bush, but Camille's about to find her out. And she finds her, but the smoke screen going to keep her hidden for a while. Hexic ultimatum used, and it doesn't look like the Akali's going to be able to get out of this. And another kill, maybe the hookshot, yeah, and another kill for the Camille. Wow, that was a lot of damage from the Mystic shot plus the Soraka Q onto Lee Sin. But they're trying to get first turret for the amount of time that Camille had to spend in that top jungle. But he's getting really low. Ignite used on him, and that's a dead Lee Sin. And what looks like Kai'Sa sacrificing herself with the turret. No, sacrificing her flash, but from the Iceborne Gauntlet slow, she's not going to get away. And that's another kill for Kennen. That is 9-1 with a 5,000 gold lead for this Infernal squad. And you can see Cloud trying to trade back, but it just doesn't seem to be going in their favor. A lot of kills going over to Infernal. And with a 30, almost a 30 minion lead to the Aatrox. Aatrox using his ult, pulling him in with the Fear Beyond Death. And we'll have to see Aatrox get out of this one. Aatrox Soraka ult used, the Celestial Intervention, but he still goes down to solo kill for the Urgot, even with all the attention that this Aatrox is getting, or has gotten with the ganks. And Flash having to be burned from Camille too. And this is a good strike back for Cloud. And we'll have to see if they can continue this aggression, getting their own leads. And with how well their team scales, getting these type of leads only prolongs the inevitable of them winning team fights in the late game. And another visual bug with the smoke screen. I'm not sure what's up with that. Getting wave clear, pretty easy. And they're getting a lot of vision control through this top lane. Kennen uses his ultimate, taking down the Akali along with Soraka. We'll have to see if they can make it through, but heal burn from Ezreal to save the Kennen, and it looks like he's going to get all of them here. That's a double kill for Ezreal, taking them down, hitting Mystic Shot after Mystic Shot after Mystic Shot. And this is the mid game that I was talking about, this Ezreal being extremely strong, having 2 items, the Iceborne Gauntlet and the Mana Moon. Not quietly converted yet, but we'll have to see what is going to happen, because he's currently he's an item ahead of this Kai'Sa, only having Stormrazor, and Stormrazor is just one of a few builds that we've seen from Kai'Sas. The Stormrazor build definitely brings a lot more mid-game damage, which they're going to need it. We'll have to see if the Urgot can continue to win these fights. They know Camille's there, which is why Camille stopped backing. This might be another turret for Infernal, making the turret lead 3-1. Putting this to a 6,000 gold lead. Urgot going in for another trade against the Aatrox, and the Aatrox trading back amazingly. But oh, never mind, Urgot burns Ghost, he's going in, puts the ult on, Fear Beyond Death, but the Aatrox ult is going to save him for a time being. Aatrox has no flash, this is going to be looking like another solo kill. And if you're a Misty Stumper, you gotta be a little disappointed with your performance here, getting these type of ganks and not being able to translate this into a larger lead. All that time Camille's spent top is really just for putting her ahead now. You haven't really done much now. Both teams trying to get some vision control around this dragon pit. Next dragon is going to be Infernal, ironically. Infernal want this Infernal Drake. They're trying to clear this mid wave, try to get mid wave priority so they can keep vision control around. Okay, it says Infernal Drake is live, but it's a Wind Drake down there. Okay, never mind. It's a Cloud Drake. And see right there, Lee Sin leaving a Raptor up, making this Raptor camp spawn later on in the game, ultimately making Camille get less gold to whoever takes that camp. And they're going in, the headbutt pulverize, knocking up the Soraka, but it just doesn't seem like they can translate with the damage. The Hextech ultimatum keeping Akali still inside of a smoke screen, and the Mystic Shots and the dash from Ezreal taking down the Yellow Star, and it just seems like she's trapped, or Akali's trapped in the pit, but almost gets away with no health, but it's a challenging smite that takes her down, and this Drake is all but for Infernal. That was a beautiful fight from Infernal, being able to translate that to the dragon as well, and they might be able to get some damage on this mid lane turret with only Kai'Sa being here. Oh, they might be able to get this turret with Camille sitting in the wings, but Urgot and Lee Sin here to push her out of the jungle, but that's leaving Aatrox and Kennen in the side lanes to get a ton of damage, and this might be the top turret going down. This is the top turret going down. They're all closing in on the Kennen, and she ults in. Kennen ults in on all of them, and is able to take down the Kai'Sa. Will she be able to take down the Lee Sin? No, I guess not. It just seems like every time Cloud tried to make a move, Infernal makes a better one. And just Cloud cannot keep up with this aggressive lineup. And honestly, for this Infernal team, you have to really be looking at this person playing the Camille and the Kennen. These two have been popping off the entire game. Same thing with Tactical on that Ezreal. He is popping off. And this Ezreal now has the Mortal Reminder, going to be shredding through that Urgot while also stopping the healing from both Kai'Sa and Akali. Akali getting the blue buff, trying to keep her energy up. And some vision control in the Baron pit now, Baron being the next objective on the table that both teams need to watch out for. And if you're Cloud, you're trying to prevent a Baron here, let's be real. And the off chance that Infernal completely screw up on the objective control and you're able to sneak one away because you do have a Kai'Sa, you do Baron extremely fast. You need to... Oh, man. You need to try and play defensively around this Baron. Get some vision whenever you can. Push out your waves. And whenever they go back to push their... to counter push the waves, you get some vision control in, sweep out, deny vision, yada yada. This Ezreal poke is going to make it extremely hard for Cloud to stay out on the map, but we haven't seen it quite yet. The Ezreal still yet to finish his boots. He does have that dash, or that mini flash. And Infernal's just pushing into this top jungle without fear, clearing out all the vision that he possibly can. And surprisingly, Aatrox getting this lane pressure, but that might be due to almost being no vision except for 2 wards from both teams in the bottom side blue jungle. So I think it's just the pressure that Infernal is, I don't know, providing that is allowing this Aatrox to push so far up. And they know if they send anybody down, it's going to be hurt. Akali is able to get away from that. It's a really bad trade. She had no flash. I think if Kennen ulted there, that would have been a kill. But he's still just taking away all of her health. And they're sieging they're sieging 2 turrets, or inhibitor turrets for this Cloud side. This Akali just can't fight back to this Kennen. This Kennen, a brilliant pick into the Akali. I mean, you land 1 mark on her, it doesn't matter if she's in the smoke screen. You're going to be able to hit her. And this Urgot pushing aggressively on the Aatrox because they are getting mid lane priority, and they know that this Infernal squad is sitting around in the top river or jungle. And they're going in on the Alistar. Alistar having to burn flash. These Mystic shots slowing them down. They're just not able to play back. And this Lee Sin getting caught out a bit, having to burn his flash as well. These flashes being burned are crucial and are going to allow Infernal a lot of wiggle room in contesting this Baron and pushing these waves. And without that flash, Lee Sin loses a lot of his playmaking potential. He's not going to be able to get many of these in-sec amazing plays that could probably get Cloud back into this game. Although when you think about it, who's he really going to be able to kick in? I mean, there's Ezreal, who still has both of his sums, not to mention his E. And, I mean, I guess Soraka would probably be the most ideal target, because kicking in Camille, she'll just maybe hook shot out, unless you hit her with some more CC, but you also don't want her on your carries. If you kick Kennen in, that's pretty self-explanatory. He's just going to stun your entire team with his ult. And Aatrox wants to be in the middle of your team. So there's not many targets for this Lee Sin to really go after. And this Lee Sin just seeming more like a comfort pick for Obese Panda than anything. And there it is again, more vision control. How many control wards does Infernal have in this top jungle? It looks like 4. Yeah, 4 control wards all in this top jungle. They're just keeping Cloud out of, like, not even near the river. Just amazing vision control and just control in general on this team. And the game does seem to be stalling out a 8,000 gold lead for them. And right as I say that, Infernal is starting up the Baron. They're taking it down mildly fast. It's about 50% health. And we'll have to see how Cloud react to this. Fighting over the dragon. That is Infernal Drake over to Cloud. And for Hextech Ultimatum used on Alistar. And kicking in from Lee Sin. Oh, Kai'Sa ults in. But this Aatrox and this Ezreal are just way too strong. Basically overpowering this well-fought fight from Cloud. And they're going to be able to chase down this Urgot. Urgot might be able to get a trade kill, but stopwatch used on the side of Aatrox, but Aatrox still goes down. And Urgot goes down to the Kennen. This Kennen is an absolute menace. Tactical, stealing a blue buff away, trying to get the maximum amount. But at the end of the day, Cloud did stop the Baron, buying them more time. God, I casted that team fight terribly. They get eyes on the backing Ezreal, giving them some space to clear out some vision. And this Alistar has a lot of homework to do here. And Cloud might be able to push some vision back, but it'll eventually get pushed back from Infernal as well. As in, you know, right now. And fishing control going right back to Infernal. Like I said, oh, but if Kennen steps up too far, he's in combo range of the Alistar. Or he's ulted by the Urgot. Urgot being silenced though. Kennen going in for the ult, stunning the Akali and Lee Sin. Lee Sin going down, Akali left alive, but just barely goes down. And now they have eyes on the Baron. We'll see if they can contest any more. They still have Urgot and Kai'Sa both doing damage in their own right. Kai'Sa does have her Rage Blade, but this Baron is going down so fast. And it looks like they're just going to give it up. Try to push in the mid lane. And an amazing Baron, just amazing vision control and Baron keeping of this Infernal squad. And they should be looking to close out the game fairly soon with this Baron. Or at least get some extremely large leads. And see, Ezreal going with his double tier build, you can't buy, or you can't start stacking a second tier until the first tier is done. So he waits till the Mana Immune is done, and he buys the Seir's Embrace. And stacking these tier items gives Ezreal a much better late game than he would normally have. Letting his W and his ult do a lot more damage. And it just seems like almost everybody on this Infernal squad is a damage threat. And right now, it doesn't look like Cloud can deal with it. Urgot isn't tanky enough, and Lee Sin is having little to no effect at all. And this Akali dying 7 times. Honestly, a bit of a feeder. You can't blame her, though. It's a tough matchup. And you tell... Oh, the Resonating Strike onto Soraka. Soraka getting caught out, having to burn Flash and Celestial Intervention. This Kai'Sa shredding through. And the Aatrox behind, taking down the Lee Sin. And the Kennen ult stunning down the Urgot and the Alistar. Just a beautiful turnaround from Infernal. Infernal's won the game. A premature leave from Cloud's jungler, having a rough game. And this has been probably worse than my first one, but nonetheless. Thank you if you even tuned in, and please leave any tips or I don't know, man.